Okay, for everybody who watches this later on YouTube, thanks for watching. I'm currently waiting for somebody to get into the stream. I am streaming this specifically for a particular person who has never seen the story of this game and would like me to stream it for. And since I use YouTube, anybody can watch it later that would like to. So, with that said, welcome to another edition of the Reoccurring Phantom Pain. And, oh, there we go. And I am more or less waiting for her to show up. I'm not going to do much in the interim. Probably just going to get myself to a chopper. Get to the chopper! Ooh, oh, toilet. There we go. Do I have... it's not going to be that one. I do have a phantom cigar. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to go... We're going to go to that toilet. Alright, we're gonna have to take everybody out here. Ooh. Oh, there's a lot of them over here. Alright, well, you know what? We're also gonna do some of this. Because...
Ты слышал истории о человеке с одним глазом?
Ага. Что много положил наших ребят.
Какого? Что ж, что такое? Солдат упал!
Каков?
Что ж, что там?
Что? Эй! Ты в порядке? Что происходит?
Okay, so I do not want these guys coming back. So any of them that aren't going to Mother Base are going to die. And I think there's only one of them that's going to Mother Base, so... You. Hope you don't mind that I'm killing all your buddies.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Alright, good to have you. I was just doing some side ops and decided I would... Oh, I gotta take care of that guy first. And decided I'm finally going to try to find another way to put a pin in this getting all stinky thing. Alright, so we're going to go into here to there. Basically, we're just going to spend a couple of days on the toilet. And hope that oh, I think I can hear him. I think I might be able to hear the flies. Oh yes, we have flies, ladies and gentlemen, we have flies. Alright, so now I need...
Roger.
I need the chopper. Get to the chopper!
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Alright, hopefully this triggers that cutscene for you.
Departing.
Okay, this should do it, I believe. Yep, this should be it.
Nice work today, boss.
Welcome back, boss. Another successful mission. Great to see you safe, boss. Snake, you stink.
Wait, what? Oh man. Okay, you see, in the one you wanted to see, Quiet was supposed to step in front of Ocelot there. So I don't know what happened. Unless I have to show up on a different platform, or maybe Quiet has to be already on Mother Base? I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I'm sorry. I finally thought I had it. Okay, well.
Roger.
Back to the missions.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Okay, so when we left off last time, if I remember right, we just got Code Talker out of the mansion, and something was bringing down our chopper. So I believe that's where we left off, which means I'm finally going to have to fight the skulls. So I'm going to... Buddy, vehicle. Alright, so this is what I want. We're gonna go with the battle dress. Because I'm in for a fight. Oops.
Out ahead!
It's them.
Not another chopper crash. The last time I was in one of these, I was unconscious for 9 years. Nine years later. No, just kidding.
Are you okay?
It's a good thing my arm and armor didn't rust.
It looks like you're surrounded by mist. The support chopper can't get close to your position right now.
Hurry! They are coming! their quarry.
Skulls. So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Damn it.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, shoot. That one must have gotten a little close to Code Talker. Whoopsies.
Code Talker is dead. Now there's no hope of saving the infected.
Oops.
Skulls. So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Okay, I need to keep them away from Code Talker. Okay, there's one down. Darn it. Nope. Blew it up in my face.
Hey, quit kidding around.
Shoot.
Snake?
Yeah.
Skulls. So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. You need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker. Nice going, boss. That mist is clearing. Great work, boss. I'm coming in on another chopper. Get Code Talker to the LZ and wait there.
Alright, let's go, old man.
squad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B squad. On station at LZ. Get in, boss. Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
Skullface is no longer in Africa. The nuclear test was a success. Now they turned their knives on me.
Satellites didn't read any test. Neither did seismometers.
The detonation test took place 5 years ago in the southern Indian Ocean. The final test was the opposite, to prevent detonation.
You mean?
Skullface plans to sell nuclear weapons that he retains control of.
It's not like hawking small arms to militias.
Indeed. He plans to avoid detection by exporting minerals containing tiny amounts of uranium in the form of metallic archaea. Once on site, the metallic archaea enrich the uranium and weaponize it. Loaded onto all-terrain bipedal machines. They ensure any country, armed group, even the smallest terrorist cell, can become a nuclear power.
Bipedal. So that's why they needed Huey.
A nuke business to replace the arms business. And Skullface owns the market.
The very atmosphere of nukes, anywhere and everywhere. Deterrence on all sides.
So that's why he ran a non-detonation test.
Yes. Another metallic archaea instantly overrides the criticality generator. A fail-safe only he controls. Any such weapon can be deactivated whenever he chooses, regardless of who owns it or their intent to use it.
Nukes. Controlled by a man, not a country.
If they proliferate, conventional nukes lose all value. Political, military, and economic. The two superpowers become powerless.
Oh, there's more.
We need to stop the epidemic at Mother Base.
About the pathogen spreading through Mother Base, what's your opinion?
Textbook symptoms of vocal cord parasite infestation. And judging from this casualty list, it is the Kikongo strain. Meaning, a breed of parasite that triggers symptoms upon detecting pronunciation specific to Kikongo.
So how do we keep them from becoming symptomatic?
Use this. A type of Wolbachia. Introduced to a sample of the parasite. The parasitic bacteria that colonizes the parasites, turning male to female and preventing copulation. We must cultivate more.
Thanks to Code Talker, we've managed to put a stop to any new vocal cord parasite infections. We couldn't save those already symptomatic, but everyone who survived has been released from the quarantine platform. Skullface will pay for this.
Again with the truth serum?
What are those legs made of? Titanium? All the way to the femur.
Metallic archaea.
Sahelanthropus. Where is it?
What?
We have to know before his plan is complete. Sahelanthropus is the final piece.
What are you talking about?
If the Soviets break out a mobile, controllable nuclear weapon, East-West relations will be right back at the Cuban Missile Crisis.
The Cold War returns to life, as countries without nuclear arsenals line up for what Skullface is selling. Nuclear weapons proliferate overnight, and on the brink of annihilation, the world maintains its balance.
But we know this is all just a shield, a ruse.
The cleansing parasites are what matter most. A WMD to eclipse even nukes, and the only one that can still be used. Skullface is the world's greatest threat, and Zero's. The pieces are in place. All that remains is to unveil Sahelanthropus in Afghanistan.
They can't activate it without me. Okay, B-Zero. Sahelanthropus is beyond the Soviet base camp, in a lab built by the Soviet philosophers. That's what you're looking for. But I have no idea how he's controlling it. It wasn't designed to accommodate a human pilot. No. 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 Wait.
We got word from Afghanistan. Everyone at the Soviet base camp's dead. No sign of fighting. Parasites. Skullface's men then headed north. The target is OKB-0. That's where he'll activate Sahelanthropus. Unless we stop him, he'll go down in history a conquering victor. We can't let that happen. Wipe him out. Don't leave any trace of his existence.
I'm gonna need backup on this one.
You'll rendezvous on site.
Can't hear my phone ding with my headphones on. Alright, so part of the reason the story in this one feels so disjointed is under side ops here. All of these are there's side ops that have implications on the main story, but the game will not let me replay any of them. There's only certain side ops that the game will let me replay. And none of the yellow ones are any of them, so unfortunately you gotta kind of go with the disjointedness, and the things that kind of connect the dots are in these briefings. I just don't remember at what point things get broke out. So let's see, where were we? We are on Skullface. No too much. Back up, back down. That's a replay of an earlier one, right? Yeah. Alright. I gotta watch those. Okay, so we got, what? Skullface on. Too much. Cursed Legacy. Target. Proxy war without end. Replay. Fine. Exit. Alright, so we're getting towards the end here. So, Skullface. Okay, I do believe this is a sneaking mission, so we're gonna go back to my sneaking garb. Let's see. Show you some of the unlockable costumes here. Let's find some interesting ones. And get all done up in gold. Silver. Silver and gold. Okay. Get done up kind of like ocelots. Let's see. Raiden from Metal Gear Rising. Gray Fox. Solid Snake. Leather jacket. You can wear a Parasite uniform. Sneaking suit. There's an older version of the sneaking suit. That's the one from Peace Walker, I think. That might be the last really interesting one. Yeah. Okay, and Buddy... Sorry, Quiet, but I'm bringing Dee Dee back out with me. Deploying. Yep, you even get to play with them in 32-bit. Skullface.
Find out what his plans are. All we know is that Skullface's plans are on the verge of fruition. We need to stop him while we still can.
I hope this is the mission I thought it is, and not the one I am now fearing it is.
Cargo on board the chopper. His idea of an escape attempt? Who can say? We'll think of how to deal with him later. Snake, do you read me?
Oh, don't fall. No, 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 no,
I
no.
know more than anyone about OKB-0 and Sahelanthropus. Boss, I've made up my mind. I want to be of use to you, not him. Let me work to pay for what I've done. I'll prove it, that I've always been your ally. Boss, I'll be focused on coordinating backup here at Mother Base. The chain of command is still in place. If you have orders, give them through Miller as usual. Skullface is in OKB-0. Start by making contact with him. The facility itself is under the control of XOF, Cypher's Strike Force. We have no hard data on their force strength, so your judgment in the field will be key. Boss, we're finally here. Find Skullface, and take everything from him. XOF has occupied the facility. Skullface must be close.
Oh, good boy, Dee Dee. Keep finding those landmines. So I don't accidentally trip them.
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Okay, that sniper, though, they're just too good to leave here. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Good boy, Dee Dee.
Understood. Check your surroundings. Out. He's coming too. Roger that. Good work. 2 more gates to go. Still all quiet at the silo. No sign of Skullface or his Goliath. Surely they can't already have... CP, this is Zulu. No, never mind. Check the scene. There's nothing here. Over. This is CP. Understood. Return to your post. Over. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
That is not going to be the best idea. Walking right through a well-lit area? Nah, I don't think so. Shoot. Alright. Oh, there are a lot of decent soldiers in this level. Bunch of crap, too, for that matter. Should be clear.
Second gate. Only one gate left. From here on in, you're in the enemy's headquarters. Something's wrong. But it has to be here.
Dee Dee, what are you doing over there? Security camera. Alright, uh-oh. Oh, none of you saw nothing. Yeah, go check out the power system.
CP, this is Zulu 4. We'll investigate immediately.
Okay. Got a guy in a walker gear over here. Sorry about cheating a little bit with the stealth camo.
Yep. Right there. Make contact with him and make him talk. We have to stop him before his plan is set in motion. Sahelanthropus is somewhere inside there. First of all, make contact with Skullface. Don't kill him yet. We need him to talk first.
No, it's not the chicken hat.
You too have known loss. And that loss torments you still. You hope hatred might someday replace the pain. But it never goes away. It makes a man hideous, inside and out. Wouldn't you agree? We both are demons. Our humanity won't return. You, me, we've no place to run, nowhere to hide. And that is why I'll show you my demon. Follow me, big boss.
Typical villain, always monologuing.
Just go along with him for now. We're ready to fight if it comes to that. That's our leverage against him, our deterrent. He doesn't want a war on his hands.
Whatever the Navajo told you, it's just one possible solution derived by Cypher. My will is different. I've known you since your time at Langley. I've long been the other side of your coin. 1964, Soviet territory. Fox's first mission. Any mess you made, I was there to clean up. You completed your task, and admirably. The information you returned was far more than enough to fill our pockets. With it, our futures became, more or less, set in stone. Then the Major came to me with an idea. Washington doesn't know how to spend money, he said. I'd like to redirect it. His goal was an organization dedicated solely, covertly, to supporting America. Cypher. You know the rest. To him, it was mourning the loss of his friend. Or rather, an act of revenge on the world, but America most of all. America is a country of note, a meeting of immigrants. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. Their roots are very diverse. America's never been made up of just one group. But he tried to forge a single consciousness for it and from it. The idea that every citizen would use free will to unite behind their country. Unilateralism like that can't be entrusted to any one individual. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious. To unite America and the entire world. The Major thought this was his friend's will. But I think he never understood what she wanted. Before he ever walked or cried, even before he was born, his mother tongue was English. He doesn't know the pain of losing his own language. Not yet. He cannot understand her will. I do. I was born in a small village. I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers. Foreign soldiers. Torn from my elders, I was made to speak their language. With each new post, my masters changed, along with the words they made me speak. Words are peculiar. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right and wrong. War changed me. And not only my visage. Words can't kill. I was invaded by words, burrowing and breeding inside me. A philosopher once said, "It is no nation we inhabit, but a language." Make no mistake, our native tongue is our true fatherland. My fatherland, my truth was stolen from me. And so was my past. All that's left is the future. And mine is revenge. On those who leech off the words of their fellow man. This is what I learned from the Major. And then it hit me. It was he who should feel my wrath. He and the code he chose as basis for control. Language codes, information codes, beamed all around us, genetic codes spanning history. By controlling the codes, Cypher Zero intends to unify the world. Codes implanted into our heads, sucking our minds dry as it spreads from one host to the next. A parasite upon this earth, that is what Zero is. As one born into this world he's afflicted, I hold him responsible for killing my freedom. Killing all traces of my past. Killing any promise of a future. We are all but dead men forced to walk upon this earth. A world reduced to zero. Cypher plans to use its codes to control the world. They think they can. And the mother tongue of all those codes is English. The word became flesh. The final parasite. It knows English. An English strain of the vocal parasite. I will exterminate the English language. With this, I'll rid the world of infestation. All men will breathe free again, reclaim their past, present, and future. This is no ethnic cleanser. It is a liberator. To free the world from Zero. Let the world be. Sans lingua franca, the world will be torn asunder. And then it shall be free. People will suffer, of course. A phantom pain. The world will need a new common tongue. A language of nukes. My metal ears shall be the thread by which all countries are bound together. In equality. No words will be needed. Every man will be forced to recognize his neighbor. People will swallow their pain. They will link lost paths. And the world will become one. This war is peace. is Sahelanthropus. The hands of the Doomsday Clock will roll on, regardless of Zero. Sahelanthropus will take the first giant step into a brave new world. It is the bell with which a world trodden upon by words declares its independence. We are here. Remember the Alamo.
On station to provide cover. Get us a line of fire. Roger that.
We're not the only demons in this world. Like you, vengeance is all he has. It's man's thirst for revenge that drives the times. Just as you live because of me, he lives because of you. Show him!
The man on fire can carry a hell of a grudge, I'll give him that.
Wait! Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who?
Keep shooting, you're not going to be able to hit him. So, you put any theories together yet on who the man on fire or the boy might be? Or what's going on with them? What time is it? Probably do one more mission for you and then I'll let you get to bed. Okay, we are not... No. I'm not taking Dee Dee with me on this next one. We're taking the battle dress out. Because I got me Metal Gear to fight. No, the man on fire is not Big Boss. You are incorrect about that. You got the kid right, though. You pegged the kid.
Got a spike on the RWR. Straining PRF.
What's wrong?
Control lost. Can't maintain RPM. We're settling.
Recovered control. Ascending. Hey, Snake. There's something wrong with Eli.
My question is, why the hell would you bring Eli into an active war zone where you knew there was going to be a fight? It made no sense to bring him.
Wait!
Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who?
I told you guys, don't shoot at him. You can't hit him. He can read your memory cards. Okay. Ew.
Units! Move in!
All units, as soon as this thing turns the corner, look at him and say, "Screw you!"
Cypher will rewrite the records, and I will vanish from human memory. But the thirst for revenge that I have planted will infest the system. No one can stop it now. Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future. Major, I'm burning up!
Boss, get out of there! Out about Sahelanthropus, Skullface will have won. His plans will become reality. He won't even need to use nukes. That thing's mere existence would be enough to enslave humanity to the fear of nuclear Armageddon. It would tear the world apart.
Here we go.
It's after you. You need to stop it, boss. Destroy Sahelanthropus. provide backup. Target acquired. In hot. Engaging missile launcher.
Ah! Stupid rock.
One is in hot. Find cover. Let's go with boss. Engaging missile launcher. Pretty good.
Oh!
Acquired. In hot.
One or two more should do it. There we go.
Snake!
Let's see Skullface.
There were 3. Where's the other?
Very close to you. Finish me. Kill me.
Do it yourself. Mission complete, boss.
Kill me. Kill me.
I did it! Revenge!
Anyone can give up his fight by laying down arms. But the feeling of holding a gun, that we'll never forget. Like our lost limbs. The sensation lingers.
Oh! Here she comes! Here she comes!
Rifles in missing hands. We stand tall on missing legs. We stride forward on the bones of our fallen. Then, and only then, are we alive. This pain is ours, and no one else's. The secret weapon we wield, out of sight. We will be stronger than ever. For our peace. Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future. Those were his last words.
Cause.
Pretentious to the end. Still. Doesn't feel like this is over. And I'll never be whole again.
In the deepest night, reaching out, grasping for a fleeting memory. All the thoughts keep piercing this broken mind. I fall, but I'm still standing, motionless.
These are long credits. Come on. End so I can actually talk about what I want to talk about without having to worry about people being able to hear me. Oh, there we go. Don't think I missed any other cutscenes. Should bring me back to the chopper menu.
Attention!
Oh, there's another one.
Diamond Dogs! Even with Skullface dead, our brothers are unavenged. And the phantom pain he brought us lives on. Cypher is still out there. We know they planted spies, parasites among us. Watch the man to your left, to your right. Assume nothing. Report everything. It's the only way to protect ourselves. From here on out, you will be my eyes. The deadliest enemy's right here in our midst. And they will get no mercy.
Yep, I think so. I do think he is blind, and they hid that very well throughout the entire game. That's why he wears the shades now, apparently. Okay, so this game, when you're playing through it originally as... for the first time, it's cut into acts. I forget where the first act ends. This, I think... I forget if this was just the end of the first act or if this was the end of the second. I forget exactly how they chopped it up. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of side missions I can't replay that have story implications, a lot of which we can go through in cassettes if you want while I'm doing other things. There is some parts left to the game. Unfortunately, Kojima kind of got caught in a rush at the end, so this next part is not as long as the other act or acts in the game. And I am going to warn you, it is going to leave off in a weird place because there was supposed to be a whole nother act that never got made. So, because of everything that happened with between Kojima and Konami, there's a whole nother act to this game that never got made. The problem with this next act is that a lot of it is... I'm actually going to have to go back before we do another one of these and figure out which actual levels to play. Otherwise, I'm literally just replaying levels I've already played, except they put extra stipulations on it. Like, you have to go in without any equipment and complete the mission. You have to procure everything on site, type of limitations. Or you can't, take any enemies out. You have to get through it without raising an alarm. I think they call those ones total stealth. So I'm going to have to go through, figure out which ones to actually play, which ones we can skip over because they'll just literally be replaying missions we've already done. There is more that should happen. I believe there is still another encounter with the man on fire. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there's still another encounter with the man on fire. I think we're going to end up taking another trip to the quarantine area. But I could be wrong about that. That could be something that already happened and I couldn't replay, but I thought I could replay that part. So that might still be coming. Like I said, I got to go in and find out. I got to look at the missions and see exactly what's what. But that is the end of Skullface's part of the game. Skullface is done. He's dead. He is never to return. There is another antagonist after this point in the game that is much more subtle than Skullface. Another thing you mentioned in the chat there was, is Eli and the kid the same person? No, they're not the same person. Considering who those two end up being in Metal Gear canon, that would be a serious retcon. No, they're not the same person. The kid came from, what was it? Some experiment in Russia. And he just happened to... How did that story go in there? Was he in a plane flying over the area where Big Boss was in the hospital, or did he... Either way, he woke up the same time Big Boss did, because when Big Boss woke up, he woke up angry, he wanted revenge. The whole theme of this game is revenge. And that basically feeds the boy. Somewhere in there, Skullface got a hold of him, and Skullface's want for revenge on the people he wants revenge on. If you didn't catch it there, while they think for most of the game he's working for Zero, he used to work for Zero, and now he's rebelling against Zero. So, yeah, there's a cassette tape about that. I'll play that for you at the end of the game when we're properly finished with it. There's a whole lot of revelations about Zero in there, so that I actually think are very interesting and really wish they would have made proper cutscenes for. But anyway, yeah. So no, those two aren't the same person. But Eli's anger and lust for revenge was so great that it completely overpowered Skullface's. Because Eli, let's be honest, this game's been out for however long. If anybody listening to me talk doesn't know this, then you've never played Metal Gear before. Eli's Liquid Snake, or he's going to be Liquid Snake. And Eli, he already knows he's a clone. He hates the people that made him. He hates Big Boss. Even though Big Boss had nothing to do with it other than being an unwitting DNA donor when he was unconscious. So yeah, that's where that is. So Eli hates everything about himself. He hates everything about the world. He's kind of like the Joker. He just wants to watch the world burn. And that really tapped into the hatred that fuels the other boys' powers. And that's why the other boy went with Eli, because he's a better source of basically fuel for him. The Man on Fire, I'm not going to spoil who that is, but suffice to say, he is somebody that also holds a great deal of a great grudge against Big Boss. So there is a tie there. I'm just not going to say who it's going to be. I will let you either figure that one out on your own or talk about it at the end of the game, because I do think there's actually that revelation still coming. I think. But yeah, when I got to this point in the game the first time I played, I was kind of like, what the hell just happened? Is this it already? There's still more stuff coming with Huey. Huey's got a whole nother arc in here. Hopefully it'll actually let us see it. I'm not exactly sure what cutscenes I can still watch and which ones I can't. But Huey does have a whole nother arc in here, which does involve a cutscene or two. And it's Huey being Huey. If you've been paying attention to him throughout the game, you can probably kind of guess where it's going to go. But yeah, it's there's still some stuff to do. Like I said, I've got to go in and I've got to figure out which levels to actually play and which ones to skip over. So that's probably going to make this a pretty good place to stop. Any last questions before I stop the stream tonight about what's happened so far that's not going to contain spoilers? Hopefully my rambling all made sense. That is something that's going to happen at the end, to the extent it happens. You're not totally right about that. You're not exactly right, and I will, again, explain that at the end. See if you can figure it out for yourself. If not, I can explain to you at the end of the game exactly how that worked out. But you're kind of right, you're kind of not right about that one. But again, that's something at the end. I should also mention something I've forgotten to mention so far. There is a section of this game where POS is involved. And it actually ties right into what you were talking about. So, unfortunately, those are sections I don't believe I can replay. But, again, at the end, I will explain all those sections. Just don't let me forget to talk about it at the end. Anything else? Or are you just going to kind of let what's going on, what happens in the future, speak for itself for now? Not yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid giving direct spoilers and just kind of flushing out stuff that's already happened. That because of the way they made it, didn't get a lot of explanation if you're not playing through it, listening to the audio tapes as you go, and I just don't remember what order to listen to the audio tapes in, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd be playing those while I was on missions. But yeah, I'll take a look at these in the next couple days, and the next time we do one of these, I'll hopefully know which ones to do. We might be able to do this, actually, in one more sitting, just because they did get real cramped at the end, so there isn't a ton left. But there is another chunk left with some parts. So one, maybe two more of these, and we'll be done with MGS5. So, all right. In that case, I am going to end the stream here, and I will. What time is it? It is almost 11 o'clock. So you probably need to get to bed. You got to work tomorrow. So, yep, I will end it here. Anybody watching that is not the main audience for the game, anybody watching on YouTube, since this is a stream live for everybody, I am playing this at the behest of somebody that has never seen the game played through before. So, if you are not this person, thank you for joining. I appreciate the extra views, and I should really be better about having the more proper YouTube chat up so that I can see anybody else talking in here. But thanks to anybody else that stopped in. I did notice a little ticker count up once or twice that somebody else might have popped in. Yep, so to everybody else, good night. Chelsea, I will let you get to bed and end this. And then we'll pick it up next time.